The Indian.INCCTLD is also in the conservative school of thought. Okay. Having said that, please make sure that your operations are compliant with the terms and conditions on the registry. If you are found or your domain name is found to be in involvement of some illegal activity, you as the registrant of the domain name is the first point of exposure. You will be exposed to litigation or legal exposure, civil and criminal, from the word go. I know of a case where a domain name, an innocuous domain name, which was not actively used, got connected to a investigation pertaining to cyber terror. And the kind of problems that the registrant then had was mind-boggling. So imagine if there's an illegal activity done from the computer network where your domain name is hosted or which has got a connection with your domain name. The kind of legal consequences that's going to come and visit you could be phenomenal. So you will have to be careful. Now, large number of times domain name owners come to me and tell me, okay, we've got these domain names, what we should be doing to protect them. Couple of ways to protect. First things, common sense. The law says if you're taking a domain name, you're taking it for a particular purpose. Unfortunately, the law has not gone that far ahead to legally recognize domain name economy, which I think is a reality across the world. But for in India, domain name economy does not get legally recognized. Okay? So, in order to ensure that you are not on the wrong side of the law, it is always nice whenever you register a domain name, and please consider it as a part of your investment, a small investment over and top of the registration that you give, or over on top the premium that you give. Please put up a web page or a small website on the said domain name. What's the relevance, you're going to ask me? The relevance is the moment as a registrant, you put a web page or you put a small website on the concerned domain name. It's a legitimate legal activity. Nobody can come and walk in your door and say, give me the domain name back. Number one. Number two, you can always fight out, or you can have legal grounds to fight out any potential legal challenge. Of course, that goes without saying that you will not be registering a domain name that has got a trademark of somebody else's. If it has, then you are actually playing with fire, because that's a lost game from the word go. Because of the way the structure of the Uniform Domain Name Dispute Resolution policy is there, the way the .INDRP is there. Second thing, once you create a small web page, and mind you, today putting up a small free WordPress page does not cost you a dime. It just would take you some investment of time, but it will definitely help you. Number one. Number two, please ensure that tomorrow when there's a knock at your door by the law enforcement, by the police, or you get a summons from the court, you should have some documentation to show that you as a domain name registrant or as an intermediary had complied with the law. And you say, okay, that's now beginning to be troublesome. Yes, it's slightly beginning to be troublesome, because while all of us were busy, the government notified some notifications on 11th of April 2011. And one of the notifications is the Information Technology Intermediary Guidelines Rules 2011. This says that if you're an intermediary, you will have to put your terms and conditions on your website. So please, when you put up a small free page, put up a small standard terms and conditions. Put up something to show that nothing illegal is going to be allowed on the website. Put up the rules and regulations, put up privacy policy, some small stuff. Never mind even if it's a cut and paste. Some protection is better than no protection. I'm not saying create a helmet for your own self. Buy any helmet that's available. But please wear the helmet when you're driving your two-wheeler on a bumpy road. Because when you fall down, this particular helmet is going to ensure that to a large extent, your head, your brain is protected from potential injury. So that's what the law is now coming up to. If you're doing a domain name business, you should be expecting litigation. You should be expecting, in the event of a problem, you're being sued civilly and criminally. Okay. You will ask me, okay, what is this civil? What is this criminal? Let me simplify it. Because you are an intermediary under the Information Technology Act, the law says that if you don't comply with the law, you could face two consequences. The first consequence is that you could be sued for damages by way of compensation up to 5 crore rupees. This is under section 43 of the IT Act, provided certain conditions are fulfilled. Okay? What's the next step? The next step is you could also be exposed to criminal liability, which could range from imprisonment, ranging from 3 years imprisonment to life imprisonment, and fine, which ranges from the band of 1 lakh rupees to 10 lakh rupees. That's what the worst case scenarios the law has stipulated for people who do not comply with the law. Let me now correct my initial statement. You will say, well, everybody does not comply with the law. Yes, everybody does not comply with the law. And it's an old saying in India that every man steals in India. The man who gets caught is a thief. So please make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you do not get caught. Because if you get caught, then it's going to take you a lot of time to get out of potential legal mess that could be surrounding you. These are some of the things. I've already got the wind-up signal that I need to be closing. However, there's so much to talk about. There are trademark issues, there are issues pertaining to domain names, pertaining to their auctioning, pertaining to various things. Maybe we could take it offline.